Hey guys, Mellow Modesty here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the second volume of Transmetropolitan, Lust for Life, written by Warren Ellis and drawn by Derrick Robertson. Quick note to Agent 42Q, who in my last review of the first volume of Transmetropolitan said that I was crazy because I didn't love this book, and he said that the first 3 issues, the first mini arc, is one of the greatest stories ever told. I disagree with that, and I sort of agree. The first 3 issues are what I really liked. In my last review, I said that I really liked this book, but I didn't love it like I love Preacher or The Invisibles. The first 3 issues are the part that I really like. After that is where it becomes a fun book, but not an amazing book, so I just wanted to mention that real fast. First 3 issues are awesome, next 3 are good. Yeah. Volume 2 of Transmetropolitan collects issues 7 through 12, and the first 3 or 4 issues are just sort of one-shots, and then it just sort of episodic issues, and then comes the second miniature story arc, Freeze Me With Your Kiss. The first issue centers around Spider's assistant and how her boyfriend is going to basically turn himself into electronic dust. And I found this issue really beautiful and moving until the last line. I really loved this first issue. It just shows, like, it's a very intelligent issue about what makes a human and what makes a machine, and they go to this corporation where they turn humans, they like transfer their soul into just dust and then burn their body, and it's a really, really well done issue that I really enjoyed. And then it ends with a very, very funny moment, but at the same time, I sort of wish it would have ended on a more serious note, but I really like the first issue. The second issue sets up the story arc of this book, which is about cryogenic freezing. I think that's how you pronounce it or say it, and it just talks about how it's the story of a girl who has seen many, many events, and they cut off her head and put her in a freezing chamber for her to be awakened into the future because she thought she'd have all these great stories to tell historians. And it's sort of sad because she finds out that no one really gives a shit, and it's a really well done story, and I thought it was really interesting and really sad. The third issue featured in this book is about Spider going to a bunch of different reservations for different cultures and different kinds of people, and while I thought this was one of the weaker issues in Volume 2, I really did like it. The one thing that I want to say about Volume 2 is I like it a lot more than the first volume, and I really thought that it was a interesting issue, just sort of world building the world of Transmetropolitan. And throughout it, Spider keeps asking if people want to go on a date with him, and he keeps getting turned down, and it's sort of funny. Actually, it's pretty funny, but I really like that issue. I really like how this series is just a really good world builder. And then the last 3 issues are a story arc about how Spider Jerusalem, he got a death threat in the form of a petition signed by, I believe, like 250 people, and there's a bunch of people after him, and there's this dog police officer who he's had a run-in with before, and they've stolen his wife's head, and there is a possible child of Spider Jerusalem. And it's a really good arc. It's a funny and serious arc that I really enjoyed reading, and I just really liked it. It was It's 3 issues long. It has some good action in it. It has some good humor in it. It has a good story around it. I just found it really interesting, and yeah. As for art in this volume, it is really beautiful, just like the first volume. Derrick Robertson is a great, great artist, and I think he is absolutely on the top of his game here. He does some great facial expressions, great world building, great motion. He really does a good job at showing motion, and this issue in particular, the second issue, with the girl from the past coming back, he just does a great job at capturing this emotion of terror and just sadness, and it's just a great issue. Here are some of my favorite pages in the entire book, this volume at least, where it has Spider going outside, taking a last whiff of his cigar, cigar, whatever, and tossing it off in this beautiful picture, which my camera can't capture all of, but it's truly beautiful. Unlike the first volume, where the covers are done by different artists, these are all done by Derrick Robertson, which is not bad, but I really liked seeing different artists take on the world of Transmetropolitan. But, I mean, the art is just as strong, if not stronger, in this volume. This is where you get to see Derrick Robertson show more of his action sequences when these people come into Spider's room and attack him. And needless to say, they die. And yeah, the art is wonderful. He does a great job at drawing animals too, which I've noticed many artists can draw people well, but not necessarily animals. In comments for Transmetropolitan 2, Volume 2, Lust for Life, is that I really enjoyed this book a lot more than I did the first one, and I really feel like while the first one was mostly funny and just anger and pissed off, this is a more, I don't know if philosophical would really be the word to describe it, but it just has a wider range of emotions, and here's another great picture, by the way. And I thought the stories were better done in this volume, and the artwork is amazing. I really, really liked this volume more so than the first volume, and I am definitely interested to see where this goes. I have the third volume, which I'll probably be reviewing in about a week or two. And hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hope you guys pick up this book, because this second volume was really, really good. Hopefully it keeps up with the quality presented in the second volume. And once again, the quality of binding and book is not nearly close to the quality of storytelling and artwork, because it's a shitty Vertigo paperback with terrible recycled paper and glue binding. Anyways, really enjoyed this book. If I were to give it a rating, I'd probably give it a 8 or 9 out of 10. Really good stuff. Hope you guys take it into consideration, whether you want to pick up Transmetropolitan or not. I'd recommend it. So let me know what you think of this review. Bye.